Welcome back to Grit and Gumption. I'm making some cabbage soup, canning some cabbage soup. I have about 4 heads of cabbage and I'm cutting them in half, taking the core out, and then I'm slicing them up in ribbons, and then from there I'm going to go in thirds and cut these. So that's where I'm at and what I'm doing. Then I'm going to put them in a pot and I'm going to cook them a little bit so they wilt, not much, just so that they will fit in the jars and not take up so much room in the jars, because I'm going to put a bunch of vegetables in here with them. So that's what I'm doing, and when I get done cutting up all of this cabbage, we'll be back. All right, now I'm getting some onions. I cleaned them off and I cut them in half, and now I am just cutting about the same size strips with these, turning them sideways, and I'll cut them all in half as soon as I get done getting them all cut. 2 large onions. Okay. I'll put those in the same pot with cabbage. Whew, I just flung an onion. All right, and one more here. Okay, I'm gonna put a lid on this, and I'm gonna put a little broth with it. And then I'm gonna get the carrots ready and put in there too. So, got a lot going on here today. Pickled some onions, pickled some eggs. Got those going, and they're just about done. And then I'm gonna make another soup and get that canned too. That's where we're at. So I'm gonna get these carrots going next. So next I'm cutting up a bunch of carrots, and I'm just dicing them up. This is actually called a cabbage detox soup. Okay, I cut up about 3 carrots and put them in each jar like this, and then I put a teaspoon of minced garlic in each one. In my pot, I have all of my cabbage, which I had 4 heads, and I had 2 large onions. I have 2 jars of tomatoes diced, and I had probably a cup of yellow bell peppers put in there. And I have celery that I'm getting ready to put in there. And as soon as I put the celery in, I'm going to mix it up really good, and then let it set for a minute, and then I'll get to the meats. Okay, so I put the celery in. I had it frozen, so I just took it out of the freezer, and I have probably about 3/4 of a cup of celery in there. So I am done with all of this mixture. Basically, it is finished. I'm just going to stir it up really good, and then I am going to turn this off, let it set here for a second, and I'm going to go ahead and cut my meat. This is actually a detox soup recipe without the meat, but I'm putting meat in it. So I get smoked sausage. I use Eckrich smoked sausage. This is just a plain, regular, skinless smoked sausage. And basically, I take it and I cut it. There's 1/4 of the sausage is going in each jar. So that's how I do it. But I do cut them down the middle in half too. So I'm gonna do that. And this time I went with regular sausage for the first 4. And then I went with this 4-pepper sausage, kind of spicy, for the second 4. So when I get done with that, I'll be back. All right, so this is the spicy sausage. I got the back 4 already full with the regular sausage. And so I'm just taking these. Like I said, I just cut them. And I try to cut them at an angle because it just looks nicer. Like I said before, we're just trying to use these soups to stay alive. I try to make about 70 soups, quart jars, a year, and that's a whole meal for me and my husband. This is enough meat for him and I with soup, no problem. Like I said, we're just trying to stay alive, not get fatter by the minute. God knows we're fat enough. So, come on guys, work with me. Start to stick to the knife. Okay. All right, and the last one. And then I get to wash my hands, yay! If you haven't learned anything from my videos, you'll probably learn I can't stand my hands being nasty. I can't stand the feeling of my hands being dirty. So I wash them constantly. So, all right. Okay, so I have 8 jars. That's what will fit in my canner. I'm gonna clean up this mess. We'll be back and I'll fill the jars with you. Okay, I'm gonna put these inside of the jars and fill it up. I'm gonna have to get me something to poke down in there, that's for sure. Let's see. Get them debubbled really well. Get that stuff down in there, you guys. So. But anyway, so basically, like I was telling you, we have the cabbage, we have the onion, ooh, that's hot. I put the yellow bell pepper in there, the tomato, 2 cans of diced tomato with it, and I put a little bit of the tomato broth stuff, and then I put 1 container of chicken bouillon or whatever, chicken stock, like this. 1 of these in there. And about a tablespoon of chicken bouillon. So that's that. And then fill her up. And then debubble it, okay? And try not to make a big mess like I do. Brought the dogs in from outside and they want to be in here with me while I'm cooking. They can't stand it, so. Okay, so that's that. And then we'll do it again. Actually, I'm going to put just a little bit more. There we go. All right, I'm going to continue on. And you know, I never thought I would like cabbage soup. Never sounded like anything I would ever want. But you know what? My cabbage soups are my absolute favorite ones I make. And everybody that tries them loves them too. So my daughter just said, "What are you making, Mom?" I said, "Cabbage soup." She goes, "Oh my gosh, save me some. Will you please, will you? Give me some." Yeah, I'll give you some. Of course. All right, guys. I did add a little bit of black pepper. And I usually add red pepper flakes to this, but I'm not this time because Raquel's expecting. And so I'm not going to put anything spicy in it at all, so that the ones that have the spicy sausage will be spicy and she won't eat those. But the other ones will not be spicy. But if you want to put red pepper in there or cayenne or whatever you want, you know, go for it. I'm going to continue to fill these up and we'll be back. Hey guys, I just wanted to let you know, this cabbage leaves a lot of room down in there. I mean, you can pack it in there pretty good. Don't pack it so, you know, crazy tight, but you can pack it, get it in there. So I've been kind of sticking it down in there pretty good. And then take this off here. And I've been taking the back of my spoon, kind of just a little bit, sticking it down in there. And then I'll put a little bit more filler in, soup in, whatever. Just a little bit, get to the top there. Take this back off, push it down, not crazy, just a little bit, so it's right to the top there. And then go ahead and put my juice in, or broth, or whatever you'll call it, the soup base. I got that one way too high, baby. But don't forget to debubble, so that will probably take care of some of it. Okay, see where we're at here. Yep. See if I can get a little of this out since I'm overzealous in the situation. I'm just going to take a little bit more out. Not much, just a little bit. Better safe than sorry. I really don't want to take a chance of anything bad happening. That's dead on there, so we're good. Okay, so. Make sure you clean your ends, guys. finish the other one. Okay, this is number 8. This is what's going to fill the canner. I am going to do another recipe of another soup here, and I know I won't have enough for 8 for that, so I'm going to go ahead and fill up the rest of my jars that I have available with what's left of this without any meat in it, because Raquel will enjoy that a lot. So I might be able to get 2 more. We'll see. What I don't get in a jar, she'll just take home in a container, I'm sure, and just eat it. So, okay, a little bit more. All right, that's to the top, and that's where I'm going to fill that one. All right, so I'm going to fill it off with its broth again, like I said, and then I'm running a little low on broth in here, or juice, so I'm going to have to get some more going for this last couple jars. So. But don't forget, debubble. Always debubble. There's already bubbles coming up like crazy. See how it makes it such a big difference? That off, and that is that on the ones that have meat, and I'll probably have enough to do, like I said, possibly 2 more, keeping my fingers crossed. I'll let you guys see them when they come out of the canner, okay? But before we put them in, I will show you them again and tell you about the canning situation part of it. So I'm going to clean up a little bit here and get me another couple jars cleaned. Okay guys, I just want to show you really fast. I got 2 full jars of the last a little bit there, so I made a little bit more broth to put in there. That tomato and chicken broth. So got that in there and we're done. I did not add any salt because that bouillon type stuff that I'm using has enough salt in it. So I did not add any salt. But anyway, I'm going to get the lids on these. So out of that whole batch, I got 4 spicy meat ones, 4 regular without the spicy meat, and then 2 with no meat. So that's pretty good, 10. So there you go. I'll show you when we get to put them in the canner and then when I pull them out. So we'll be back then. Okay, I got the cabbage soup in here and I'm ready to roll. I got the 2 ones that are left over sitting on the counter, and I'm gonna put them in the fridge and do this tomorrow with some carrots. So that's done, and we will get her going for 90 minutes. First we have to let it come up to temperature and steam for 10 minutes, and then go ahead and run it for 90 minutes and let it shut off and let her cool. There you go guys, we got them out. They look really good. I only lost a little bit of liquid on this one right here, see? Not too bad. You guys should give it a shot. Cabbage soup is really good. And like I said, this was a detox soup recipe before I put the smoked sausage in it. So you can do it that way and leave the smoked sausage out, and it's super good for you. You guys take care.